y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm the official Bianca 39. Before we move any further, stop, pause for the cause, go ahead, like, subscribe, go ahead. Okay, now we can move forward. So today we're talking about career change. Career change is something that once you've made the decision, you still need to stay motivated, right? You still need to kind of like keep that energy and gusto going because it's gonna be tough. It's an uphill battle, right? And so today I'm bringing to you a resource that I have found very helpful and kind of put some things into perspective about, how career change can be so important and how it's on the right path to fulfilling your purpose and all that jazz, and that you're making the right choice. So today we're talking about the book called Who Moved My Cheese? Check it out. Have y'all seen it? Right? I told y'all in my vlog. Remember, if you watched it, you knew we were about to talk about this book here. And it's really, really short. So the author is Spencer Johnson. And this author, he does kind of those self-help management type style books. But I think the thing about this one is that it's just so quick. So I'm gonna tell you all why I love it, a couple of quick points from the book, and then just kind of where do we go from here? Once you've read it, just how to apply it to your own career change. Before we jump into the book, I want to just discuss with you something that spoke to me. I was kind of reading an article and just reading about the movie A Wrinkle in Time, and of course it's directed by Ava DuVernay. She is a critically acclaimed director. She directed Selma and the documentary 13th. If you haven't checked out those, check them out. They're great, they're awesome. But the thing about her is that she didn't pick up a camera till she was 32 years old. I'm gonna let you let that marinate. Yes, y'all, 32. And we think like, oh my gosh, once you hit 30, you're so old. Oh my God, like my life is over. Or you've hit 40, you're like, oh, my life is over. You've hit 25 and you're like, my life is over. And no, this woman, and we all know her name, right? She's working with the best of the best and putting out great content. She did not pick up a camera till she was 32. Now before that, she had a great successful career. She was in PR, and of course she was kind of in the industry a little bit, but to make a jump to being a director is no joke. Like, there are lots of great directors out there. We don't even know their names. There's so many people out there who want to even try to achieve this, and they've been working at it. There's people who go to school for that. She didn't. Now she had a different experience that prepared her for the position and the role that she's in now. But if you think about just her story, I hope that is just a dose of motivation for you. Like, it's not too late. Even there's another one on top of her. There's a actress who was in Black Panther. She was kind of one of the elders, and she had I think she had like the long and this is her here. So this woman here, she of course is an older woman. She's like our grandmother, right? She did not start acting till she was in her 80s. And now is in a big, huge feature film that we will forever remember. So these are just two examples just to let you know that it's never too late to change. It's never too late to apply everything that you've learned into a new facet of life and to go on this journey called life. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So anyways, just those two little doses of encouragement for you all that, of course, I think that can be very eye-opening. And you say, well, that's them. No, they're no different from you. They bleed red just like you. Their poop stinks just like yours. So they're just like us. So never think that it's too late. So yeah, let's jump into the book. First pro, it's really short. It's so short, you can read this in less than an hour. I mean, it's a very, very quick read. I think it has less than 100 pages. And let me look right now. It has 94 pages, like from beginning to end. 100 pages. This is nothing. You can read this on a quick train ride. You can read it while you're in the car. Read it one evening. Just take an evening and just like detox from the TV, detox from YouTube for a moment, and read this book. It's broken up, just to kind of like let you know how it's broken up. So it kind of talks about like this group of friends meeting at a reunion. Like, so they go back to their high school reunion and everybody's there, you know, the football player, the cheerleader, the class president, all these people are there. And they're talking about their just kind of woes of life. Like, oh, I thought this person would be doing that. Or, oh yeah, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. Everyone's talking about all the stuff that they're going through. And this one guy talks about reading this book and how it helped his company, you know, just move on to the next level. They were kind of in a slump and they were able to kind of push forward and take it on to the next level. So that's the beginning of the book. It kind of immerses you into like, hey, everybody's going through something different. Now the meat of the story, which is of course, like, it's almost told like an Aesop's fable. Remember those, y'all? I don't know, it may be a new generation, but those who, you know, 80s babies know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an Aesop's fable. There are these two mice, then there's these two humans. They live in this maze. They're after the cheese. That's where the name comes from. Cheese meaning different things to different people, whether it is like, you know, family and friends and relationships, or it is money and career and success and accolades. It can mean different things to different people. So the mice, they all find this cheese, and the people move close to the cheese. The mice are there, they kind of run and find the cheese, but they start noticing that the cheese starts to dwindle. So they start trying to find other cheese. The people, on the other hand, they got attached to it. They come and they start complaining like, oh my gosh, the cheese is gone, what are we gonna do? Meanwhile, the mice have moved on. One of the humans gets the fire lit under his behind and he's like, hey, I have to move on. So he starts the journey through the maze again to find the cheese. And he's thinking about, oh man, the mice had a great idea. They moved on quickly. And he starts sharing all of his lessons and starts writing them on the wall. Writings on the wall, right? Start recognizing what's literally happening in front of you. So the first human left the writings on the wall to help his other friend, so that when his other friend realized, hey, there's not going to be any more cheese here, you need to move on, he would have the help there to guide him to the new cheese. And of course there was a whole bunch more cheese available, like the biggest pile they had ever seen, right? So that's the gist of the story. One of the key takeaways that the first human learned was monitor and adapt to cheese. Okay, so you should always be aware, whether it's in your relationships, whether it is at a job, in a career. Start assessing, like, what's happening? Is this really aligned with my goals, with my passion? What's going on? Like, take a bird's eye view. Once you're like down in the minutia of it all, you need to like step away, maybe get advice of other people, ask other people, what are you seeing? Like, what would be, you know, give me an objective point of view, and be able to assess what's happening. So being able to monitor change, and monitor whatever it is that you hold dear to you. With monitoring change, I don't think you should necessarily have to be on high alert and always suspicious of people or situations, but just always be aware, always be able to check in and notice the small changes that are happening along the way. That's extremely key. So number two, the second thing that is a big takeaway for me, and just even what I've tried to apply to my career change, has been enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Enjoy that change is happening. Sometimes, and even in the book, there's one character that is very grumpy and upset and just wallowing in that things have changed. Okay, they've changed, realize it, move on, and smile about it. It's not going to be necessarily an easy process, but celebrate the wins along the way. Enjoy that you're learning new things. Share your successes, talk with other people who've been through it to stay motivated and encouraged. And I think for me, that has been a focus that I've tried to enjoy. There have been definitely long nights and phone calls where I've cried about certain situations, but overall, if you continue to be a Debbie Downer, or if you continue to stay down in that misery and self-pity, it's not going to make it any easier. It's going to make it horrible, because the change is inevitable. And I think that it's key to enjoy it, to find the joy that, hey, you know what, I've been out here before. All right, I haven't ridden this bicycle in a while, but now I'm back riding. I may fall down once or twice, but I can do it. And stories like Ava DuVernay's story, as far as starting a second career later on in life, after she had, pretty successful career in PR and communications, and to move into something pretty different and something that a lot of people take years to develop. I mean, she had to enjoy that. It was painful, probably. She probably had some late nights and some tears, but you know, I think that's just part of life. They say you don't realize how great the sun is without the moon. Without, it has to be dark, but then in the morning, you know, the sun's gonna rise. So to have that contrast of, there's gonna be some valleys, but at the end of the valley, it starts getting better, and you will reach those peaks. I think misery can be easy to fall into, especially when you're changing and you're having growing pains and things aren't like what they used to be like. Trust me, I've experienced it when I look at my summers and I'm like, I still have to work. No more summers off, no more holidays off. I had no more weekends, but you have to realize, okay, this is something new and it will get better, and enjoy the time that you have. Take advantage of it, because it's just only gonna make you better in the end. So those are my 2 big takeaways from this book, Who Moved My Cheese? It's an easy read. I guarantee you this is probably on your manager's like shelf somewhere. Probably all managers have this book. But if you don't get the actual copy, then it's available on Kindle, online, whatever, Amazon, just have them send it to you. Talk to Alexa, Amazon Prime, order me that book, whatever. You can get it. It's really easy. It's short. What was your favorite part? What was your favorite takeaway? Leave it in the description box below. Let's kind of start a discussion about this. Encourage people, encourage everybody out there to go ahead and take that jump and go after their dreams and live the life that they were just meant to live. And then what do you think we should read next? Leave a message down below. What book should we pick up next? What do you do to stay encouraged as you're going through your career change? Or if you've been thinking about it, what are some motivational reads that you've been picking up? Let us know. This is a whole community. We in this together, gang. We in this together. All right, again, thanks for watching. Before you leave, before I log off, go ahead, like, subscribe, and share this video. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye.